Yes, clap it, slap it, rap it. Yes, clap it, slap it, rap it.
Well, now that's out the way. Hey guys, welcome to the show. In this episode, we're taking a look at Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College, which came out in 1991 and is the third instalment of the Ghoulies movies that started in the good old 1980s that, as we hopefully know at this point, gave me my favourite movies of all time that, good or bad, I will defend forever.
At ease, man.
So I bet you're wondering, why are we jumping straight to the third movie here and no talking about the first two to give us some sort of background? Well, as usual, I've got a perfectly rational and definitely not ridiculous explanation for this that I'm going to try and demonstrate in my native tongue. Here, do you want to tell us about the first two movies so we've got half an idea of what's going on here? Nah.
What the fuck is happening here?
So I'm going to start by saying, if you watch a movie called Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College, you must know what you're letting yourself in for. Come on, the movie itself does you a favour by setting the tone in the opening 2 minutes.
Atash, vessel, open now! The porcelain vessel!
And if that doesn't set expectations, nothing will. Nothing.
Nothing. The word is nothing, not nothing.
Okay, so the basic story in this horror comedy is this. There's these wee demon guys called the Ghoulies that emerge from this weird toilet whenever particular words are read aloud for this magical comic book. Like, we've never seen that before.
Shut it off.
No! Kanda.
You must not read from the book!
Kanda.
What have we done?
So the Ghoulies are these little shits, no pun intended, that seem delighted to be free from their porcelain prison and in between doing evil deeds for whoever summons them. Just want to party, drink beer and seem to have a wisecrack for everything.
Ooh, what a mouthful!
The movie's set in a college campus where we've got two rival fraternities that are head to head to each other as they try to win this pranking crown for, well, best pranks, like an ejector bench. Yep, for some reason, in this movie, playing pranks on each other is something they take really seriously and there are many to be had. That's Kane Hodder, by the way.
Who?
Kane Hodder. So the Ghoulies are brought forth to wreak havoc by an evil professor played by the awesome Kevin McCarthy, who you may recognise from 1987's Inner Space that also starred Meg Ryan, or of course his performance in 1989's UHF.
A UHF station!
He uses the Ghoulies, who are now under his command, to try and finally end the ridiculous prank war between the fraternities.
The axe will fall!
I think Kevin McCarthy is really having fun in this role.
Pandora, beautiful,
It's like he doesn't care that he's in a bad movie.
charming, cunning,
Almost like he's happy to be involved with this disaster.
curious creature.
He's totally over the top, and while the movie might be bad, his performance is worth a watch at least. It's my De Niro face again.
Thought it looked more like De Niro.
You are wrong.
Well, it looks weird.
Oh, and his name in this movie is Quentin Ragnar. I mean, is it just me, or is that a great name for a bad guy? Quentin Ragnar. I like it.
I'm Ragnar. Ragass!
And being a college frat movie that almost came out in the 80s, there are the naked women on show. I mean, is there any need for the nakedness? No. Does it aid in the telling of the overall story? No. It's gratuitous. So if that type of thing's going to offend you, don't watch Ghoulies 3.
Smile. Don't smile.
So with the basic premise out of the way, let's talk about the good and the bad that this little turd has to offer. First up, look at this guy's super mullet. It's magnificent. Look at that. It's almost majestic, like a power all of its own. And with fashion in mind, I give you the leader of the good guys, Skip Carter.
Gentlemen, Skip Carter.
Look at that shirt tucked into the denim look that he's got going on there. It's a strong look.
Very strong.
Skip's played by Evan McKenzie, and while I wouldn't say he's the worst actor in the world, he just feels sort of bland here and not really memorable.
Oh, listen. Did you see or hear anything last night?
Skip's nemesis is Jeremy, played by John R. Johnson, and Jeremy's... well...
Buenas noches, Skippy.
I can't really tell if the actor's doing a good job or the character's just a dick, but you will hate him. Okay, here's one for you. Do you recognise this person?
Oh, these are ancient spells, Quentin.
No? Okay, listening to the voice.
You know, it's a literal translation of a medieval text.
Yes, it's Mrs. Krabappel from The Simpsons, Marsha Wallace. Or how about Eva LaRue, who you may also know from an equally important piece from the past, The Barbarians from 1987.
Come on.
Now that's one we need to talk about in the future.
Good luck.
We get an appearance for Jason Scott Lee, who would also go on to play the role of the legendary Bruce Lee in the Dragon movie from 1993, and of course, not to be forgetting his role in Back to the Future 2. We get the schmuck from RoboCop 2 as the campus security guard.
Officer Burkus!
And this guy's actually involved in what I think's one of the funniest moments of the movie.
Oh, it's a bomb.
Wait for it. It's just the sheer ridiculousness of this situation. How this bowling ball sized cartoon style bomb, complete with fuse, manages to bounce its way down the street, down some steps, and perfectly into the passenger seat of the security guard's wee cart. And the way he calmly acknowledges it before realising it's a bomb and turning it in the camera.
A bomb?
No, not a bomb.
I'm sorry, say what you want about this movie, but I think that's funny.
Yeah, well, there's no accounting for taste.
So we've talked briefly about the cast, but what about the Ghoulies themselves? Are they as annoying as you think they're going to be? Well, yes and no. Well, most of what comes out their mouths is just cliches and catchphrases.
Oh, honey, I'm home.
They do have a few moments that still make me laugh.
Better take care of that hearing problem.
And as you can tell at this point, this movie is not trying to fool anybody. It knows what it is and just allows itself to go a little crazy. We'll go a little crazy sometimes.
Surprise.
Example, there's a scene where the Ghoulies open up this wardrobe and a big pile of clothes falls on top of them and they come up fully clothed. So many questions. Well, 2, really? A, why are there clothes that size in there in the first place? 2, who owns that badass gold chain complete with 70s style medallion? And D, who directed this madness?
This is rubbish.
This movie was directed by a guy called John Carroll Buechler. I really do apologise for any mispronunciation of that name there, because this guy was actually a special effects makeup artist on One Tammy and the T-Rex.
I'll see you later.
As always, go Tammy.
You want me to slap the girl for you, Sheriff?
No.
And when you find out that the guy that directed this movie was involved with Tammy and the T-Rex, at least on some level, the madness on show from Ghoulies 3 begins to make much more sense.
Holy shit!
Of course the story's ridiculous. Of course the characters have as much substance or depth as a piece of toilet paper. Pun intended. But let's be honest, we're talking about a movie where little demons come out a toilet. What the hell did you expect?
I don't know.
So let's wrap this bad boy up. Ghoulies 3 Ghoulies Go to College is not a great movie. It's not even a good movie, but I like it. You can't really hate it because it prepares you for all that will follow right from the very start. You watch it for a laugh. And by that I mean whether you're laughing with the movie, at the movie, or even a combination of both. The point is, you're still laughing. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching guys. Take care, and why do I suddenly get the feeling that I've left somebody out for this movie? Who have I forgot about? Oh shit! I forgot to mention Skip's best friend, Mookie.
I used to think that you were so cool.
Mookie, I'm sorry.
Me too.
As usual, I've got a perfectly rational and definitely not ridiculous explanation that I'm going to try and demonstrate, baby. So I bet you're wondering, why are we jumping straight to the second movie even though it's the third movie?